What's going on, everybody? Kelly, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. Right now we are up in Michigan. So I know that I've been traveling a lot lately, going to Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan. I'm back up in Michigan right now, but we are up here to celebrate my birthday that is coming up on November 13th. So me and my girlfriend are going to be up in Michigan for about 7 or 8 days, and I wanted to get out and film some content for you all at some of my local courses, do a couple different things that we don't normally do on the channel. But yeah, today's video is going to be really fun. We're going to do a challenge video. So today's video is going to consist of a Paul McBeth signature disc only challenge. So what that means is I have a ton of Paul McBeth signature series molds in my bag. We're gonna play a 9-hole course that is my old local course, the one that is only about 10 minutes away from where I'm staying at up here in Michigan right now. But yeah, we are playing Seitz Middle School today. So this is a small 9-hole pitch and putt type of course out here. Super easy to do these types of challenges out at a course like this, just because a lot of the holes out here are pretty short, pretty easy. I'm gonna show you guys all the discs that we're going to have out here today in the Paul McBeth signature series only challenge. But yeah, let's get into things. So for the putters that I have available to me out here today to use, the first one is going to be the Crystal Luna. Love this thing, pretty straight. We're gonna have an ESP Luna, which is the Pedomoody Luna from Finland. And then we are going to have a 2021 Tour Series Luna in the metallic Z plastic. So those are the putters that we're gonna have out here. As for the mid-ranges out here today, we're going to have a 4x Buzz, and then we're also going to have a 5x Buzz as well. So only 2 mid-ranges available for this challenge out here today. Fairway drivers, we're going to have a prototype Onyx, and then we're also going to have one other fairway driver. One of my favorite fairway drivers is going to be a TI 5-time Undertaker. And as for distance drivers, we won't use too many out here on this course since it is a shorter course. We're gonna have 4 distance drivers available. We're gonna have, first up is gonna be my workhorse prototype Hades. More than likely won't use this thing out here, but I may try and incorporate it some way or another. We're gonna have a prototype Kong. We're gonna have a Big Z Zeus. Love the stamp on this one. And then we are going to have another brand new prototype Kong that I just put in the bag. This thing seems a little bit more stable than the other one. So those are going to be all the discs that we have available today for this 9-hole challenge out here. I'm really excited to toss some of these discs out here today because we haven't had too many of them in the bag. So we're gonna jump into hole 1 here. I'll make sure to show you guys all the holes, make sure to show you what I'm throwing, if there's any backstories about the discs or anything like that. But we're gonna jump into hole 1 here and see how well we can shoot out here. All right, hole 1 of the Paul McBeth disc only challenge is going to be hole 1 out here at Seitz. It's about 280 feet, I would say. You have a couple different options here, up the left gap, center gap, or right gap. A lot of options here. I think we're gonna go with the forehand here. So I forgot to include one of my favorite discs in the bag. I can't even believe I forgot this one. It's gonna be the 4x Force. This disc is my workhorse forehand driver. This is what we're gonna throw here on hole 1, is just pump it down there, see if we can get something close to the basket. Hopefully end up with a birdie here. That looks a little long in the basket, but I got a huge skip, which is really good. We should be in a really good spot to end up with a birdie here on the first hole. Thank you all so much for tuning in here today and hanging out with me at one of my favorite courses of all time. I know, like I said, it's a shorter course, pitch and putt type of course, but this is where I started out playing disc golf, where I got introduced to the game. One of my favorite courses to come out to when I'm out in Michigan and just have a little bit of time to come out and film a video, do something a little bit more fun, change it up on the channel a little bit, do a fun challenge like this where we're only throwing Paul McBeth discs out here today. One thing I do want to mention is I'm going to be using my regular putters that I always putt with. So the OG Crazy Tough Jawbreaker Focuses, that's what I'm putting with right now. We're going to take a look and see where we ended up, hopefully not too far past the basket here, and get a birdie on this first hole here. All right, 1 down. Absolutely parked that Force under the basket on hole 1 there. I remember when I first started coming out to this course, hole 1 was always one of the most difficult holes for me to get a birdie on. Now it's pretty simple. My game's immensely improved over the years, but hole 1, that's a great way to start out the round and get that birdie. Usually I do the forehand route there. Otherwise, I'll take the outside gap with a hyzer. I'm gonna try and change up the discs throughout so we can cycle through most of these discs here. But yeah, let's head into hole 2 here and keep up the birdie train. Hole 2 is going to be pretty much dead straight ahead through all of these trees just down there. I believe this one's about, let's say, say like 250 at most, slightly downhill, so we're probably going to take a putter here. So I'll typically take a putter on this hole, but we're going to disc up here and go with the 4x Buzz. This is probably one of the more rare discs in my bag. I love the look of this one with the claw marks like that, but we're going to try and get this thing down there pretty straight and have something get close to the basket so we can get another birdie out here. That's going to be down there, a little off to the left, but we'll have a look at the basket there. Oh, just off to the left. Alrighty, there's a par. With doing a challenge like this and the disc that I'm throwing, I know a lot of people, or people who will watch this video, will be like, oh my gosh, you're throwing so many rare discs, like you have 4x Buzz, ESP Luna, all that type of stuff. One thing that I will say is I do like having those discs and like collecting, I guess you could say, but collecting to me is actually throwing the discs instead of just having them store in like bins and stuff like that. So I throw everything that I get, but we're gonna head into hole 3 here. It's gonna be an opportunity for a birdie, so let's see what we can do. 3 out here is going to be pretty straightforward. You have 3 separate options that you can do. You can either go up the left side, the center, or the right gap there. This is about, I would say, less than 200 feet, slightly uphill. I do want to let you guys know that some of the tee pads are pretty muddy, like where the actual tee pad is, so I'm gonna just tee off to the right. Probably do that on a few holes, but hopefully we can convert a birdie on this one. All right, we're gonna go with the Tour Series Luna here from this 2021 year. This one is super sick, the metallic Z plastic. We're gonna go up the right side gap here. Hopefully have this thing go pretty straight and have a little bit of fade towards the end. We're gonna try and give this thing an ace run. Went through a super sneaky gap there. We're gonna be pretty close to the basket. A little scary putt there, but we'll convert on that birdie. All right, 2 down through 3 holes now out here at Seitz Middle School for the Paul McBeth only challenge. We're gonna head into hole 4, my absolute favorite hole out here at Seitz. This one I've never aced before. I would love to hit an ace for the channel and have it be hole 4 out here at Seitz. So we're gonna take a look and see what we can get into. Hole 4 is slightly downhill and you're gonna see the basket just down there between these 3 different gaps. Most of the time out here at Seitz, you'll have 3 different gaps that you can go through. So we're gonna take that right side gap and hopefully give this thing an ace run. All right, so I really like throwing a putter on this hole. So I'm gonna take my ESP Luna, or otherwise known as the Petomoody Luna from Finland. Shout out to all of my followers from Finland. I know there's a ton of you on here on YouTube, on TikTok, and Instagram. So shout out to all of you. This one's for you. We're gonna try and give this thing an ace run with a Petomoody Luna. Not an ace run, but that's definitely gonna be in a good spot to pick up another birdie here. There we go, another birdie. All right, 3 down through 4 right now. So this is going pretty well actually with the using only Paul McBeth disc here today. We're gonna head into hole 5 here. I'm gonna switch things up. I'm gonna go with a fairway driver on this hole so we can get up there. This hole is probably one of the more difficult holes on the course out here. All right, hole 5 is going to be a slightly uphill hole where you're gonna see the basket just tucked between all of those trees up there. You have a couple different options, but I wanna change it up a little bit. Gonna go with a fairway driver on this one. All right, on hole 5, I typically take a mid-range, but I wanna change it up a little bit and not throw all the same discs this whole time during this challenge. So we're gonna take a fairway driver here and we're gonna take the TI Undertaker. I'm gonna throw in this thing in pretty flat, try to send it up this middle gap and just have something get very close to the basket. This one is a pretty difficult birdie for me, so if we're able to convert on it, that would be huge. So as you saw, unfortunately, I slipped a little bit on the tee pad. That one always has mud on it, or the actual tee pad is really muddy right now. So I wasn't able to use it. I kind of slipped in the grass there, so absolutely shanked this shot, but we're gonna take it. Hopefully be able to get up and down. I'll probably use some sort of putter to get close to the basket, but we're gonna have to find this disc and see where we ended up. All right, I ended up just off to the left side here after shanking that drive. We have a pretty easy approach towards the basket here. Just gonna try and give this thing a run at the basket with the Tour Series Luna. Perfect, that's a great spot. I would have really liked to gotten a birdie on that hole since it's probably the most difficult hole out here on the course, but we'll take a 3 on that one after kind of tripping up on the tee pad and shanking the drive. We're gonna head into hole 6 here. This is the hole that I have aced the most times out here at Seitz. Hole 6, it's super straightforward hole. About, I would say, only 170, 180 feet. You just want to toss something out there on a slight hyzer and have it crash in towards the basket. We're definitely going to give this thing an ace run. All right, we're going to take the Crystal Luna here. There's a very specific line that you have to hit out here, and if you do, you're more than likely going to ace this thing. You just have to send something out towards the tree out there, have a little bit of fade at the end. We're going to take this Crystal Luna though and give this thing an ace run. Oh my gosh, that was so close to going in. If it had a little bit more height, that would have been in the basket. There we go. Man, I wanted that ace on this one. Hole 7 is going to be the longest hole on the course. At about 300 feet, you're gonna see the basket pretty much dead straight ahead down there. You can either take this right side gap or go up the left side. We're gonna take the left side here with the forehand, try and get something down there and close. All right, we're gonna go with my workhorse forehand disc in the bag. It's gonna be the 4x4. So I'm gonna pump this down the left side gap. Hopefully have something just go pretty straight and have a little bit of fade towards the end. Usually it gets a pretty big skip. So if we get something down there, it should have a decent skip towards the basket, end up with a birdie on this hole. Shanked it off a little bit too high there. We're gonna be on the right side of the fairway. Just gonna take the Crystal Luna here, pump something down there towards the basket, either end up throwing this thing in or end up with a par here. Perfect. Putting's feeling really good today. Hole 8 is going to be an absolute ace run. It's just gonna be dead straight ahead. We're gonna have a couple different options here disc wise, but we're gonna try and put this thing in the bucket. All right, I'm gonna take the ESP Luna here. Gonna put a little bit of power into this thing, try and have it go pretty straight to send something towards the basket and give this thing an ace run. Fade. All right, that was a great line. Didn't give it that great of an ace run. Gonna be a little long of the basket. Man, I really want to hit an ace on the channel. I feel like we've been pumping out content on here and haven't been able to hit one. We've been pretty close, but we're gonna take a look and see here where we're at on hole 8. Hopefully didn't push too far of the basket. End up with a birdie on this one. There we go, another birdie. And in the final hole out here at Seitz is going to be dead straight ahead. The sign says it's 266, but I don't believe that at all. Its play is more like 220, I would say. We're just going to give this thing an ace run just like we did on the last one. All right, I'm going to take the ESP Luna here. Got to put a little bit of power in this thing, give it a little bit of height. Just try and put it on a straight line, have it head towards the basket and give this thing an ace run. That'd be a huge way to end this round out here. That is gonna be absolutely parked under the basket. I snuck past that tree on the left side there. It's gonna be parked under the basket. Not the greatest ace run, but we'll take the birdie there. All right, we'll end with the birdie there. That is going to conclude the Paul McBeth Signature Series only challenge out here at Seitz Middle School. We actually ended up shooting pretty well. We shot 6 down through 9 holes with only using Paul McBeth Signature Series discs. This was a super fun video to make. I like doing these types of challenges and definitely want to do more like this. So make sure that you let me know in the comment section down below what other challenges that you would like to see. I'm going to be putting out more content here in Michigan this week. So make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also hit that like button if you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in here today, and we will catch you in the next one.